One of my missions for the boys that I teach is I want them to walk out at the end of the year with an appreciation for words. They should know the power of words. And one of the ways I demonstrate the power of words is with the following exercise. I tell the boys, everybody please take out a piece of paper. Take out a piece of paper. I ask them to tear it into 3 parts. They tear it into 3 parts. First piece of paper, write the name of an insect you never want crawling up your leg. So some would write spider, cockroach, ladybug, and they all write down the name of an insect they never want crawling up their leg. And then I ask everybody, fold the paper, stand up, put it to the floor, and pounce on it, jump on it. And they look at me, Rabbi has gone mad today. This is going to be a great day. They jump on it, and after a couple of seconds jumping, I ask them to sit down. They sit down. I say, take the second piece of paper, write the name of a food you never want to put into your mouth. So somebody writes rotten eggs, spoiled milk, whatever they write, broccoli. And I asked them to fold the piece of paper and repeat exercise number 1. Throw it to the ground. I said, it's just a word. It's not really food. And stomp on it. Now, they do it. They don't hesitate. Then I ask them, take the third piece of paper and write whatever term of endearment you use to call your father. So if you call him Papa, Daddy, Tati, Abba, whatever you call him, write down that name, fold the paper, throw it to the floor, and stomp on it. And nobody moves. I said, guys, come on. It's just a word on a piece of paper. And thank you very much. And I'm trying to convince them to jump. I'm sorry, this is bad chinuch. Could you please turn off the camera? I try to convince them to jump on the piece of paper. And nobody moves. And I show them, look, you wouldn't jump on a piece of paper that has what? A word that represents your father? Because words have power. Words are powerful. And it really resonates every year. So one year, a couple of years ago, I had a Talmud. And jokingly, he got up and he jumped and he pounced on the piece of paper. Now, of course, you and I know as parents and mechanchim that if a child does that for a joke, there's some truth to it. It was a red flag. So I made it a point to have a conversation with him after class, and I called him over and said, Ari, it's not his real name, Ari. I said, Ari, tell me, what did you write on the piece of paper? When I asked you to write the term of endearment, what do you call your father? So he said to me, Rabbi, I wrote father. I said, you call your father father? What are you, English? British? Sounds so formal and cold. What happened to dad or Tati? So he looks down, and I can see he's struggling. So I wait, and he tells me, after a few seconds, he says, you know, Rabbi, I used to call my father dad my whole life, but lately it hasn't been working. I can't get his attention. He's on his phone. It doesn't work. So I came up with this brilliant idea to shake my father out of his complacency. I will change what I call him. Instead of calling him dad, I'll call him father. And guess what, Rabbi? It works. I couldn't believe it. You know what was very painful about this? I actually know Ari's father. I know his father, and I can tell you this. Ari's father loves Ari to pieces. He goes to sleep with Ari on his mind. He wakes up with Ari on his mind. He works to pay camps, tuition, food, clothes for Ari. He loves him to pieces. And yet Ari's father failed to realize such a basic, fundamental yesod in chinuch, It's not enough to love our children. We have to slow down and